Hi everyone. In this video I want to show you how to adjust the heavendata PIM catalog to your specific needs. I'll show you this in our demo account. So there are some products. Of course, if you create your own account, you will have no products and you will see less attributes. But I'll show you how to change this in this video. So let's have a look. When we added products, we see a lot of field, and it's important to understand that the heart of the product is a highly flexible database, and you can really adjust everything. You can remove sections, you can add sections, you can add attributes, you can rename it. It doesn't matter. You can and you should adjust this to your specific needs. First of all, we see here these fields, so we can edit the data of each product. We call these fields product attributes. And now let's see how to change that. Here in settings, we have one item, it's called attributes and sections. Now if you click here, we see one row for each section we saw when editing the product. Let's click on one section. Here we see the section name. It's used inside the PIM user interface only. And here we see the attributes. Let's click on one. Let's check the product name here. The most important properties are the name that's used inside the user interface. Then we see the field, it's called code. So that's just a technical name. It's used when we export to JSON or XML or technical formats. Then we will use this code. We can say a product attribute is required. That means if there is no value for a product, you won't be able to publish the product. We can say it's internal, so the content of this attribute is typically not intended for externals, for external people. So we will not publish it, we will not export it, just to make sure it's only for your own use. And we can say an attribute is translatable or not. So the stock keeping unit is typically the same for all languages, but the description will be multiple values for each language one. Then we have two different types of attributes. We can see this if we click here on new attribute. We see what we can add. We see we can add a single line attribute. That's one of the most common ones. We can say multiple lines. We can add the option to format the text. So now you can say it's bold or italic or there are headlines. We have numeric attributes. Money, just a number with a currency. We have Boolean attributes, so there's only yes and no possible. We have assets. Assets are for product images, for PDF documents, or for downloads, drivers, whatever you want to assign to products as binary data. We have a datetime, so it's a date or a date with a time. Then we can add references to custom entities. Custom entities are your own data tables. Things like a list of brands or guarantee information or whatever. You can create your own tables here and add references to items. And of course, we can add references to other products. Now, we know what we can do here is we define all attributes that are available in our product catalog. The problem is, if we sell different products or different types of products, let's say we sell shoes and t-shirts and televisions and whatever, we only need some attributes for each kind of product. So for television, we will need the display technology, is this IPS or TNT, and for shoes, we will need the shoe size, but televisions typically have no shoe size and shoes typically have no display. So we need a way to tell the system what product type needs which attributes. And that's what we can do here. So here we say, let's take a look here on the jacket. For a jacket, we need the following attributes to describe it. And that's all you can do here. You say yes or no. A jacket needs material, it needs a color code, it needs color. It does not need the capacity in liters. It does not has something like no frost technology. That's for your fridge only. And a jacket does not have an ice cube machine. So that's all you can do here. You say products of type jacket need the following attributes. That's all. But now we have one problem. There are a lot of attributes we need for each and every product. And if we add a new attribute, we don't want to go to all products type and enable this new attribute there. So that's why we have this item that's called common attributes. Here we can enable attributes that are used in really every product. So we know every product will have a product name, every product has a brand and an SKU and so on. So that simplifies the management of your catalog setup. That's the only reason. Then we saw the attributes can be translatable, so we have one value for each language, so we need to define the languages. That's what we can do here. Let's go here. We say in our catalog, our products, we want to manage them in here German and English. There's one setting here, it's so-called fallback language, so we can say if we have no value for here German, then export the English version instead. That makes especially sense if you have a separate language, let's say for British English and American English, and you say, okay, in many cases it's the same, but for some products it's important to have a different description or name for American English than in British English. So, and in general, that's all. Now, we use attributes and sections to define what attributes we have. We use product types to define which products need which attributes. We have the common attributes for attributes we need for each and every product. And we have the languages here. One last word. Take care. There's a big difference between product types and product categories. So product types are really only for defining which attributes do we need to describe this product. Product categories are typically more fine-grained. So as an example, we have a product type t-shirt, and it's only one product type t-shirt. But in categories, we have a t-shirt for women, t-shirt for men, t-shirt for children, so it's more fine-grained.